Greetings! In this video we're going to learn how to navigate string 1 all the way up to fret 12. In the previous book we learned up to G and we did even touch on A, but let's go ahead and fill out the rest of the string. Open, we have E obviously, and then F is 1st fret, G is 3rd fret, and then we're going to shift into the 5th position for A, and then B with my ring finger, C with my pinky, D with my index, so I'm going to shift up to 10 now, and then my ring finger on 12. Now I mentioned positions. The idea is that if my hand starts at a certain location on the guitar, then it would be that position. So if I'm starting where my hand aligns to the 5th fret, then that's the 5th position. But if I'm here, say aligned to G, that's going to be the 3rd position. We also sometimes use the term open position, which is when we're at the 1st position and utilizing the open strings. So one more time. Open is E, 1st fret is F, 3rd fret is G, 5th fret is A, 7th fret is B, 8th fret is C, 10th fret is D, and 12th fret is E. Descending, E, D. If we have a nice high curvature, it's going to be easier to get onto that pinky. C on 8, B on 7, A on 5, G on 3, F on 1, and open. I would encourage you to not only memorize this, but also use it. And the way in which you can do that is, for one thing, reading the music in the book is going to really help. As you use it and learn pieces, you're going to internalize those pieces. I would also encourage you to even try improvising using those notes. So for example, if I'm thinking in the key of C and using those exact notes, so no sharps and no flats, well, C is on my 8th fret, and we're going to think of that as home. And now I can go away from home, and I just made my way back home. Now, with harmony, the 5th chord is called the dominant, and that makes for a good place that creates a sense of stress that we want to return home. So for example, if I have a C chord, and let's say I go somewhere else, like 6, well, it doesn't have a strong sense of going somewhere as much as if I go from C to G. Now G has a sense of restlessness, and we satisfy that restlessness when we come back to C. So tension and release, which is what the vast majority of music is predicated on. So that being said, the dominant in your scale is G. So if I start on C and I make my way to a G, well, G, as you can see, it has that same tension. It's not as intense as the entire chord, but now if I make my way back to C, it creates a nice sense of satisfying release of tension. So you can utilize that as you're messing around. Think of this as sort of an area or a place that we make our way to and from. You know, I haven't really gone anywhere. I'm just circling around C. And then if I make my way down to G, maybe circle around G, well, that gives me a sense of being in a new area, in the dominant area. And then return to C. So you can improvise music just with these notes, and by doing this, it's going to really force you to know those notes very well when you think about which notes you're using and how they fit in the scale. And that's really what we want, is a functional, useful knowledge of the fretboard. So I encourage you to go to the effort to really learn these notes, because you need to, especially on the 1st string. It's going to be the most important place to be able to reach high notes. So in order to do that, we've got to move up the fretboard. So do the work and you'll be glad you did. Thank you for watching, and let's continue in the next video.